Welcome, everybody, to the Bush and Me Show. I am your host, Bush. To my left is my co-host,
Me.
Man, what's been going on? It's quarantine week
85. It feels like 85.
It's been a while. Honestly, we haven't done this without a guest in a while. But yeah, what's going on, man? What's new? How's quarantine life over there at the Meehan household?
We've had a lot of guests, so it's been fun, but it's good to have just you and me back. Me and you. Me and Bush and me.
Bush and me sounds good.
The quarantine at the Me house. Well, we were supposed to get married on May 2nd. So it's been it's been a little sad, but we're making the best of it. You know what it is? A lot of people are going through this right now. We decided to push everything back until everything clears up. And I told her on Saturday, the day we were supposed to get married, May 2nd, that we were going to just take the dog for a walk. And then we were going to have a picnic. We were going to get sushi and have a picnic. But little did she know, when we went to take the dog for a walk, we had a surprise for her. And we had our family there and our friends there. And we did it safely. Everybody had masks and 6 feet apart. And she was surprised. There's a video out there, so check it out. Ellen, if you're out there, check it out.
Yeah, we'll have to put some more eyes on that video. The thing that kind of sucks the most outside of you supposing to be married is it was supposed to be in Cancun. I was really looking forward to that. I had a couple rooms set up, nice rooms too, nice resort you were going to have this at. Probably saving some money. You got to look, through a different lens. Look at the bright side of it. Look, you're going to save a little bit of money right now, but we were supposed to be in Cancun. You're supposed to be in your honeymoon, but it is what it is.
Would have been nice. We did save some money. You did have the presidential suite. They told me that. But Southwest called me and said, "Is this guy gonna book his flights yet? When does he book flights?"
I'm a late booker, man. I'm a late booker, and I don't try to get on Southwest at all unless I got my kids with me, because there ain't enough room on them seats for me. We'll talk about that later.
All right, so let's jump into it. Best off-season moves that we want to cover first?
Let's do that.
Let's go over that. I'm going to go with, it's cliche. Everybody's talking about it now. It was the biggest news of the offseason. Brady to Tampa Bay. He called his buddy up, so it's really Brady and Gronk to Tampa Bay.
That's what took that to another level right there. When Gronk came, that's a big deal.
Definitely. I think that this is going to end up being, it is cliche, but it's going to end up being the biggest move this offseason. Tampa Bay was 7-9 last year. Decent record, not great, didn't make the playoffs, nothing special. 6 of those games were decided by 7 points or less. That's a one possession. Wow. You take half those games, that's 3. Did that math by myself. Now they're 10-6. You take those 30 interceptions, Brady had 8 last year. You take those 30 interceptions and make them 15, that's half. That's going to win you at least 3 of those games. So now you're 10-6, you're in the playoffs, anything can happen. Not only that, but I think they had a gift. It was gift wrapped to them. They traded up a spot to 13th overall to get Tristan Wirfs. I think the Giants should have taken him at 3. That's a gift for them. They're already solidified on the left side. This helps them out on the right side. I think this Brady, Gronk, Wirfs.
That's the biggest question mark. That's been the biggest question mark, right, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into the 2020 season, was their offensive line. And just like you said, Tristan Wirfs gives them another, I guess you could say, layer of security for Brady up front. And I really like the move. I'm a big fan of the move. And kind of going back to what you were saying, and they still have O.J. Howard if you want to go 2 tight end set. So you got Gronk, O.J. Howard. It's going to be serious in Tampa. It's going to be tough. I'm a fan of that.
They haven't been this excited in Tampa Bay since we went to spring break there in 2006.
Ybor City, we lit it up, didn't we? Those were the days, boy. Hey, all right, chill. We ain't gonna talk too much about that. Another great offensive free agent move. I'm not gonna say offensive move, but another good free agent move in the NFL this year was I like the Jameis Winston to New Orleans, and I tell it to you like this: first, Jameis got LASIK eye surgery, so He's going to see the field a lot better. But so Teddy Bridgewater did go off to Carolina, but now you got Jameis Winston, who threw for 5,100 yards last year. Okay, although he did have 30 interceptions, he's in a better offensive system now. You still have great weapons. And God forbid if anything happened to quarterback number one in New Orleans, Jameis Winston can step up and be in the same role as Teddy Bridgewater, and Taysom Hill can still do what he does, come in 15 to 20 times a game, maybe 25, depending on, how well he's playing throughout the game. But I love it. I love that move when they did it. Jameis is not making anywhere near the money that he's been getting in the past. He's making, 1-1, but he'll be able to set himself up because, look, Drew can't play forever. Is Taysom going to be the number one guy? We're going to see, but I like that move. I think they're spending all their money right now in New Orleans to win in 2020. They just freed up, $7 million, cutting Larry Warford, and I don't think they had a dollar before that. So they are spending to win it right now.
Could be the first time in league history that all three quarterbacks on the roster got a contract this offseason. I don't think we've ever seen that before. You could don't quote me on that because I don't know if that's the truth, but they had to sign Breeze to 2 years. They signed Jameis to 1, and Taysom got his new contract as well.
And Taysom got hooked up. So shout out to Taysom, and shout out to the pocketbook of the New Orleans Saints, the GM, and everybody else that's down there getting these players in. The next one I want to talk about, huh?
I was gonna say, you're gonna come back? They're just giving money out down there. You coming back?
Not the way my neck and back is set up, big dog. Hey, since we're in the NFC South, our first two big offseason moves for teams have been in the NFC South. I'm going for the third one. Teddy Bridgewater to Carolina. Joe Brady, who was the offensive coordinator or the pass game specialist in LSU for Joe Burrow last year, he took the offensive coordinator job in Carolina. He goes and gets Teddy Bridgewater. For those you don't know, Joe Brady was in New Orleans with Drew, Teddy, and the gang back in 2018. That was my last season there. He goes off to LSU, has success. Bam, now he's the offensive coordinator. He goes and gets somebody he's familiar with, Teddy Bridgewater. He signs a $20 million a year deal. That's big. It's a familiar face with a familiar scheme. I don't know how they're going to do offensive weapon-wise. I know you do have Christian McCaffrey, but you don't have the weapons on the outside. But I do like that move for Teddy Bridgewater in his future in the
NFL. They did also bring in Robbie Anderson to help him out from the Jets. So Penn State guy.
That's a good pickup.
That'll help him out there. Another one you got to talk about is Phillip Rivers to the Colts. Definitely helps the team out. Not a huge Phillip Rivers fan. I think it's more of his personality. But on the field, he's been a proven winner. He goes to a 7-9 team last year, so he can help them in the decision making. They have the playmakers in T.Y. Hilton. They added Michael Pittman Jr. and they added DeForest Buckner. So not a historically strong division. Houston has always won that division. Tennessee made a run, but remember, they weren't strong throughout the year. Tennessee made that run the last 3 weeks of the year and then turned that into a little run into the playoffs. But I think this division is wide open now, and I think Rivers to the Colts helps them tremendously.
I think it's another great leader they have in there. He brings that leadership. He brings the experience, and he's going to rally those guys. He'll take those guys' level of play up a notch. You said DeForest Buckner on the defensive side, he was a force last year with the San Francisco 49ers. All he's going to do is help that defense. The Colts have to be excited, especially when you got somebody like Phillip as your leader and your gunslinger now. Another good move, Brian Bulaga, is he was the right tackle for the Green Bay Packers. Now he's with the Chargers out in L.A. Tyrod Taylor is supposed to be QB number 1 there. We're going to see how that kind of shakes up. Maybe Cam can, Cam could seem like somebody who would love the L.A. scene. But
they just spent their first-round draft pick. They just spent their first-round draft pick on Justin Herbert. So I don't see them bringing in Cam. They got a lot of money that's going to be tied up with him if they do sign him. So
that's a good point. But, you got to solidify the guys up front because it don't matter who you got as quarterback. You got to make sure you're taking care of the quarterback. Get a good, solid 5 guys up front who can play well together, and Brian Bulaga brings that leadership and that experience for sure. So
definitely. Great point by an offensive lineman who knows about offensive linemen. My favorite point.
I got to point that out, man. I got to make sure the big guys get their love, man. On the Bush and Me show, I'm going to always highlight the big guys, offensive line, defensive line. That's what I'll get into in our shows in the future. You know, I can't wait till the season starts so we can really break it down. All right, now you're
lined up for you guys. You got some. We got some stuff lined up. My favorite, and it's biased, of course, but my favorite off-season moves are the draft that the Baltimore Ravens have. They had arguably one of the best drafts ever, but I'm a little biased here. Eric DeCosta took over for Ozzie Newsome. Everyone thought that wasn't the best idea. You know, DeCosta hasn't really done anything by himself yet. Last year had a decent draft. This draft shows that every time Ozzie was talking during all those years he was underneath of him, he was listening. All he did was take the best player available. They went with Patrick Queen. They needed a middle linebacker, right? We haven't had a face over there since Ray left. We need a middle linebacker. Boom. Patrick Queen sitting right there. You take him. We don't need a running back. J.K. Dobbins is there. Boom. We got to take him because he's sitting right there. You get 2 guards to kind of fill. You're never going to fill Yonda's spot, but you got 2 guards there that can try and fill Yonda's spot.
That was a special player. They had.
Yep. Then we turn around and get another middle linebacker just in case Queen doesn't work out. We got 2 of the top 5 linebackers in the draft. And you got them in the 3rd round. We get a wide receiver in Duvernay from Texas, and then you turn around and get Prochet from SMU in the 6th round. They were talking about this guy going in the 3rd round. He led the FBS with 111 catches last year. We got him in the 6th round. I just think we got stronger. Sorry, I keep saying we. I think the Ravens got stronger.
I was about to say, a little biased, huh?
I'm on the payroll.
Yeah, you are.
I think the Ravens got stronger in positions they had some strength in, and I think they filled every need they needed to. I think this was the biggest offseason move for a team besides that Tennessee game that was already pretty strong.
I'm going to start with the team at the bottom that was, kind of struggling a little bit here. The motto for last year was, tanking for Tua? Well, they got that guy with the 5th. They got him. I think he was the second best quarterback that was available in the draft, and Joe Burrow being number 1. But they got Tua. My only issue is, or not issue, my concern is his durability. Are they going to throw him in there? I don't think they are. I think their intentions are to sit him, let Fitzpatrick, continue to show his magic on the field, and let Tua learn from a good leader like Fitzpatrick, who's had a lot of success in this league. He hasn't taken his team to a Super Bowl or anything like that yet, but he's a good pro. He's had a long career and somebody he'll be able to learn from. I do like that. Another great thing that Miami did in the draft is they solidified the big guys up front. They picked up you got 2 guards and a tackle that they picked up, and then they picked up a couple guys on the defensive line, and they traded for Matt Breida in free agency. They picked up Jordan Howard. This could be a nice 1-2 punch for them in the backfield. I like the moves that the Miami Dolphins have made in the draft and free agency. It's time for them to, under Brian Flores, let's get this program turned around. I think they have the mindset in place. He's a strong-willed coach. It's his way or the highway. He's under the Bill Parcells tree. I like it. I like the coach. I like the moves. I like the moves that they're making. They had a strong draft, like I said, in free agency. Let's see if they can put 4 or 5 more wins on the totals that they had last year.
I like it. I agree.
I'm a fan of that.
So those are the teams that we think have done well this offseason already. For those of you that haven't stepped up yet, here's some players out there that could turn this around for you. We're going to do top 5 free agents that are still out there.
Top five.
I'm going to run through mine real quick, and then we'll pass it to you. I'm going to go 5 to 1. I'm a countdown guy. I like to build up the suspense.
You go 5,
Boom.
I'll go 5. You go 4,
All right.
I go 4. You go 3, I go 3.
My number 5 free agent that's out there right now, for all you GMs out there listening, Jason Peters.
Oh,
offensive
the 38-year-old left tackle?
If he's 38 years old, but if somebody needs to solidify depth on that offensive line, this is your guy. He's got 8 Pro Bowls right now. He could get another one if he needs to fill a spot. Teams that may need to fill this spot. Chargers, they already traded for Trey Turner, and as you said earlier, Brian Beluga they added. But they could fill the other side. They solidified the right side. Maybe they could add that left side, Tyrod, Justin Herbert if he comes in there. Jason Peters is out there. If not, I know he wants to win right now, but the teams that need tackles aren't really in a position to win. So maybe he just needs to find a spot to help solidify a spot for right now. The Bengals, Burrow, the Bears, Foles. I mean, they're looking for tackles right now. Peters is out there. Go get him.
I like that one. That's a good pick. I mean, surprising because he's 38, but he's somebody who can definitely add value in the room. I don't know if he can make it through 16 games in the season, but his value – no, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just being real, but his value is there in his leadership and his knowledge. My number 5, I'm going to go with Rashad Jones. Staying with the Miami tip. I like it because I think Rashad Jones needs a fresh start. You know, he needs a new change of scenery, okay? He covers a lot of ground back there at safety. He's tough against the run. Like I said earlier, he covers a lot of ground. He's a guy who can go up and get the ball. He can track the ball really well. I like him at number 5. I think he's going to be a nice pickup in training camp, maybe right before training camp, but somebody who can come in and definitely help their team this season.
I agree.
Number 4, who you
there
got?
You go. Number 4, Everson Griffin. I'm sure he's going to be on your list too. There's only so many free agents out there, but 32 years old, dominant force, especially 2017. I think he had 13 and a half sacks. He's always been a force in that line for the Vikings. I think some good fits for him. 32 years old, teetering away from your prime, but not washed up yet. Seahawks, if they don't sign Clowney, this could be a good fit at a little discount of a price. Cowboys are looking to solidify that defensive line. They've been rumored to be looking at Clowney. Also, could be a discounted price. Or why close the door, Minnesota? It's been working. Don't fix it. Go back to the Vikings. But Griffin's my number 4 out there.
He's been a good player for them. My number 4 is going to be Larry Warford. Larry Warford was just released by the New Orleans Saints with the addition of Cesar Ruiz. I believe he's a Michigan kid, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He played center for Michigan. The Saints drafted him number 1 overall. They just had a center last year, and Eric McCoy, who was the first round draft pick for them. He's starting at center. And so the New Orleans Saints ended up releasing Larry Warford, 3-time Pro Bowler. He was a part of an offensive line. He was a part of an offensive line that only let up 25 sacks last year. Okay, only 2 teams were better than him. They were top 3 in pass protection, top 3 in the run game. Whoever picks up Larry Warford is going to get a good player. They're going to get – he made the Pro Bowl for the last couple of years. I think he's a solid pickup, somebody who's going to solidify your line for the next couple of years. You invest in him because he invests in his body, in his game. So he's going to be there. He's been pretty durable on the field. He's been able to stay. He's been around. I like Larry Warford at number 4.
As soon as we talk about the Saints, 3. You pull out the stats. Stat man.
I got to. Stat man number 2.
Number 3, I'm going with Logan Ryan. 29 years old, 2-time Pro Bowler, cornerback, drafted by the Patriots, played with Tennessee the past 3 years. He's from Rutgers, originally from New Jersey. He grew up there. So initially you're thinking the Jets, Giants, why not go back home? But there's not really a need there. So I'm thinking the New Orleans Saints, your New Orleans Saints, were talking last year about trading him before the trade deadline, trading for him before the trade deadline. Didn't happen. But now he's a free agent. Well, there's no money there, right? That's what they were saying. Well, your number 4 just got released. So now there's a little money there. The Saints could be looking at this. The biggest need for the Saints, some depth at cornerback. I'm saying Logan Ryan, Mickey Loomis, make the phone call.
Not bad. My number 3 was your number 4, Everson Griffin. I like the pick. I had the opportunity to play against him, as you can see right here, probably back in 14. I think we swapped jerseys. So I was able to snag one of his jerseys, but he's been a serious competitor in this game for a long time. He's good against the run, and he can be a problem when it comes to offensive line pass protection. 2019, this guy had 8 sacks, 24 quarterback hits, and 1 interception in 15 games. I like this guy down in New Orleans to give a little bit more depth on the other side of Cam Jordan. And you still got Marcus Davenport down there, who's due for a big year because he was their first round pick. He's got banged up a little bit the last couple games, but I'm a big fan of Everson Griffin. Whoever gets him, they're going to get a productive player. You know, it's not double-digit sacks. It's not on the opposite side of Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan gave you 15 and a half last year. If he can come in and get you 8, I mean, that's just pressure. It's pressure, along with that. The linebacking core you said, the linebacking core that the New Orleans Saints had and those DBs, it could be a problem. I like Everson Griffin down there.
The only thing I don't like about what you said is that jersey back there. The back of the jersey looks pretty clean.
It was filtered.
Did you not?
It was filtered. Look, this is the NFL. Okay, you know how hard it is to get somebody on the ground, especially that dude's serious, man.
Don't get defensive.
Don't call me out like that.
Number 2, moving along.
Who's your number 2? God damn it!
I feel like these are going to be the same for us because it's pretty obvious out there right now who the 2 best free agents are. But I'll give you my point of view. Jadeveon Clowney, 27 years old, was with Seattle last year, not bringing him back so far. Why not the Ravens? First thing I think about, Ravens need some help there. There's no cap room, though, in Baltimore. They got $10.2 million. They would have to do something funny, maybe release Earl Thomas. Love you, Earl
Thomas.
How can we free up some cap room? They could do something funny with, signing bonuses and all that stuff, but I just don't think that's how they're built. So you go down the list. Who else? Maybe Seattle. They got $21 million in cap room, 21.2. He could return there. He hasn't turned that down yet. So that door's open. But I'm calling this right here.
Whoever got this.
You heard it here, Bush and me show. Me saying the Tennessee Titans with $21.4 million in cap room. It's a big need for them. They were 24th in QB pressures last year. They need some of that push. Maybe that could have got Patrick Mahomes instead of that touchdown run we all saw, which changed the game right before halftime. And here's a little thing you guys might not know or remember. Mike Vrabel coached this guy in Houston when Mike Vrabel was the linebackers coach there for 4 years. So maybe Vrabel makes a phone call. Maybe Vrabel spends a little money. I'm saying Clowney isn't going to Tennessee.
Clowney to Tennessee, that's big. Clowney was my number 2 as well. Great player versus the run. He's more he's definitely – his worth is better when it comes to his run defense than when his pass. When you're talking about his pass rush ability. He only had 3 sacks last year, 13 hits. He missed a couple of games. But the thing with Clowney, I just think he wants a little bit too much money, and he's waiting. He's trying to get his money. That's the thing about the NFL. You got to get it while you can. And I understand it. But, and I think he adds great value to, just like you said, Tennessee. That's a good point. We didn't talk about that beforehand. You kind of threw that one in on me. But I like that. I like him in Tennessee because Tennessee is probably you won't be getting. Who was the defensive end? My buddy there from last year. Why am I drawing a blank? He was with the Dolphins and he went.
Cameron Wake.
Cam Wake. Yeah, Cam Wake's not there anymore. So this right here is a good veteran presence. Jadeveon Clowney. The thing is, though, he's due for a big year. He's due for a big year when you're talking sacks, quarterback hits, pressures, all of that. I like it. To me, you know where I'm trying to get him at. Send him down to New Orleans, man. Send him down there. Or you know what? Send him down there. But Miami could use Jadeveon Clowney as well. I mean, he's a terrific player. Long guy. I don't know, man. I don't know where he's going to go, but somebody's going to have to open up that pocketbook for him. That's for sure.
I love you, but I hope none of your former teams ever hire you as a GM because you just want to bring everybody.
I'm bringing everybody.
You're like Oprah. You get a contract. You get a contract. You get a
Spend it. Yeah, shit. Hey, I'm a former player, man. I want guys to get paid. You know, you got to get paid, but you also got to want to win. And yeah, you know, who's number one? Man? Who you going
number
with?
one. It's got to be.
It's Cam Newton, baby.
Thing. Everybody out there. It's Cam Newton. 30 years old. This guy.
Why isn't he signed yet?
Former MVP. 4 years removed from the Super Bowl. 4 years removed from the Super Bowl. This guy has won at every level he's ever been at, minus Florida because he had to sit behind Tebow. But then, you know, he went to the JUCO and he won there. He won in high school. He won at Auburn. He won at Carolina. So why doesn't he have a job right now? I have to think in my mind, it's the only way I can sleep at night, that it's because of this pandemic. They haven't checked his physical yet to make sure that he's okay. Because otherwise,
this guy – the tires on him yet.
He has to be on a team. This has to be – before we pay that much money, we need to test drive the car. Yeah. And I think Jacksonville has a need right now for quarterback. I think New England, we said it back in November on the Bush and Me show here first. I think New England needs a quarterback. Belichick's being a little stubborn right now, but they're going to need a quarterback. And I know you love Tannehill and you used to play with him. I think Tennessee, losing Mariota, they need something behind Tannehill. I know they just gave him a lot of money.
They gave him a lot of money.
Cam just came out now and said, he'll accept being a backup quarterback. So
you think he's going to take a Jameis Winston type deal? You think he's going to take a Jameis Winston type deal?
I think you're going to have to pay Cam as the starter, but he's accepting to be a backup. I think, honestly, I think he's saying that to get in with New England. New England wants to claim Stidham as a starter. I think if they brought Cam in, you would have to name him as a starter, but I think he's accepting a backup role now. So he's saying, go ahead, you can name him as a starter. I'll come in and win this spot. But those are three teams for me: Jacksonville, New England, Tennessee, that need quarterbacks at some level. That this guy should have a job. It doesn't make any sense right now. It's got to be the pandemic.
Blame it on the coronavirus, man. You know, just kind of going back to what
everybody
you said.
Else is.
Right. Kind of just going back to what you said. He had a pretty brutal injury, you know, last year, and his rehab. Nobody has seen him run in person. Now I follow his Instagram. He's working out. You know, he's vegan now. He looks fit. He looks good physically. Now, you know, they just want to have an opportunity to get their hands on him, see how everything is moving, see how he does in person. I understand that when these teams are going to make this long-term investment into these players, they want to make sure that everything is right. Going in for that physical is a pretty serious checkup. They check everything from head to toe. And if you have anything that's bothering you, like Cam Newton did last year, they're going to want to evaluate that. So Cam Newton is just stuck in a little bit of a tough situation, but he's battle tested. You can tell following his social media that his head is in the right place. He's a positive guy. That's one thing I like about him. And wherever he goes, you're going to get a good leader. You're going to get a damn good quarterback. Whatever team decides to pull the trigger on Cam Newton, I'm a fan of him. Like you said, he wins. He can throw the ball. When his shoulder is feeling right, he can throw the ball. He can run when things get a little hairy back there in the pocket. So, yeah, Cam Newton is definitely my best free agent available, just like yours. And good luck to wherever he lands at.
Somebody sign this man soon, please.
They will. Give it time. He's going to come out of this. He's going to come out this better than he was before, because it's in his mind. Like his mindset now. You know, nobody wants to take a chance on him. You know, so when he does come back and he does have an opportunity to start, Cam Newton's going to light the NFL up, and I can't wait to see it.
I agree with that.
Enough
Let's
NFL
go, Cam.
talk, though. Enough NFL talk, man. What the hell you been doing around the house, man? You been working? You're able to work?
I'm working now. I'm in liquor sales, so you know liquor sales are booming right now. Everybody's
business is booming, baby.
Business is booming, baby.
It's funny though. It's funny though because my co-host is the liquor salesman, and I don't get no gifts, like no cases of wine, no nothing. I'm still going out here paying retail, and you the liquor man. Like, what's going on?
That's bootlegging. That's bootlegging, Jermon. You're in a different state. We can't do that.
Wow. Now you're diming me out. Wow.
But if you
okay.
want to come over and indulge or talk about this offline, then we can do that.
I'll hit you up.
But
after this, for sure.
other than that, mostly the wifey, I'm going to call her that because we were supposed to be married May 2nd. That's my wifey.
Don't cry.
She's been
So
cooking a
soft.
lot more. She's been cooking a lot more, and she's getting pretty damn good at it. And
Some of that
she's
shit, y'all,
making
it looks good.
a lot of casseroles that you don't like.
Oh gosh.
She's trying new things.
Keep you out the kitchen. Keep you out the kitchen. Is she washing her chicken? She washes her chicken. I know she does.
We don't wash the chicken around there. We heard that's bad.
Oh my gosh.
We heard that's bad for the sink and everything else in the kitchen.
What about
she does
you?
make a good. She makes a good chicken, shrimp, pasta. When I'm in the kitchen, I'm just filming.
Oh, I can tell.
I'm her sous chef. I'm her sous chef. Oh,
I ain't
stop.
mad at it.
She makes a good chicken, shrimp, pasta with some sun-dried tomatoes. She always makes a good zucchini boat. The zucchini boats, she was doing that from beforehand. She never missed a step. But she's trying some new things, and cooking's been our thing here at the Me House. How about you guys over there? What's the best thing you've had to eat during this quarantine?
Everything. We doing lamb chops tomorrow for Mother's Day. It's like our Sunday thing. Like every Sunday, we do lamb chops. Our Taco Tuesdays have been lit. I've been frying the shit out of chicken. I mean, you know who my pops is. So, I gotta be decent in the kitchen. I have to.
You're always frying that chicken.
Not
what
always.
about
once every other week?
What about activities? Board games, not games you play on a board. BORED. When you're bored, what's the family do over there?
We're outside, man. We're in sunny South Florida. It's been 80, in between 80 and 90 every day. We're in the pool, or the Lord has blessed us with a little basketball court out back. So I'll be out there getting my MJ on. You know what I'm saying? I might play a little Uno, beat the kids and the family a little Uno and whatnot. But man, we're busy around here. The kids, school don't let out to the end of May at Bushcraft Academy.
Two things to say to that. One, it wasn't the Lord, it was the Dolphins, Saints, and the Bears that blessed that backyard with the basketball.
But the Lord gave me these abilities so that I could be in front of them and they could present me financially.
There you go.
With some blessings, okay?
Amen to that. And then the second thing is, do you stack cards in Uno? I already know the answer.
No, I don't stack cards, but we don't play the rules. We don't play by the rules. We play backyard Uno. I stack twos. Oh yeah. I thought you meant like stack the deck. No.
Yeah, you stack the cards though.
Yeah, we stack draw twos and you stack draw fours. Okay, that's how we play Uno at my crib.
I wish I had a red flag to challenge that. I need a red flag, Goodell.
No. Yeah, we cool on him. But now, hey, man. Whenever this shit is over with, though, what are we going to do when it's over? What are we going to do when quarantine life is over? Give me your 3 things that you can't wait to do.
I want to say, A, get married, baby. I love you. I hope you heard that.
Oh, my gosh.
B, go on vacation. Let's get on a plane. Let's go somewhere. I know you're in sunny South Florida, but I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland. The rain's as erratic as the president is. He's hot, cold. So
you don't know what you're gonna get.
I want to go somewhere nice, and I want to go out to eat. I know it's not gonna be safe. I know people are gonna be scared. When's the last time you were in a bar? When's the last time you were in a restaurant and actually ordered food, sat down, enjoyed the company? We gotta take it out and bring it back home. Like we had Roman Harper on a couple of weeks ago. He didn't get to go wait at the bar. He just had to go pick it up and bring it back. Let's go out, man. Let's get out of the house. I can't wait for all that. How about you?
Everything you just said. So I'm going to say sporting events. Like I can't
get
just
married?
go. Well, I'm already married, but date night's very important for me. It's important for the wife and I. If you're married out there, if I can give you one tip, you're supposed to be married, but date your wife. Okay, date your wife. Take her out. You're always really good at that mushy shit though. You're always good at that. Always, you shouldn't even be stat man. You should be like Mr. Hallmark because you always doing poems or like you said, like you set this thing up for Jamie the other day. I'm just like, this dude here, boy. But I ain't mad at it though. Actually, I need to write some of this stuff down.
If you guys need something out there, DM me ArmyHand11 at ArmyHand11. I'll get it for you. First time free of charge.
Just going out. I mean, I just want to go out. I want to go out and just enjoy everything that the world has to offer. Like you said, vacation. I can't wait to get on a plane and just go somewhere. But first and foremost, I want to go back and see my family, man. I ain't seen my family, my friends. None of you guys. We've been doing the show like this. Actually, the show's been working out better like this. We're saving money, time, but I think we're putting out a lot of good content. So, but it would be nice to do a show in person. I can't wait to see my family and my friends that I have, spent a lot of time with over the last few months. So,
great answers.
Hey, but when we can, let me ask you this: when we can go back to a game, or when we can go to NFL games, what 3 games are you excited to see? Give me 3 of them. 3 of them.
3 of them? 3's a lot. Should I go down 3-1? I love the Ravens. For those of y'all out there that don't know, I'm a big Ravens fan. So I'm going to save that one for number 1. I do want to see Saints-Bucks. Now, okay. You might say week 1 because that would be the first matchup in New Orleans. I want to see the one where Jameis probably won't play. Let's hope to God he's not playing that game because we want Drew on the field.
Right.
But let's hope he's sitting in those defensive meeting rooms. Let's hope he's helping out. He's saying, this is what they do. Trust me, I was there. I threw to that dude. Hopefully they throw to the same guy. But I want to see I want to see Saints Bucks. I want to see – these next 2 are going to be biased. I want to see Tennessee Ravens because I'm still not over that game. It still hurts. It's like breaking up with an ex-girlfriend. It hurts a little bit. You want to see her be miserable. I want to see the Titans get burned in Baltimore. Come on, Derrick Henry. We're going to get you in the knees. We're not going to hurt you, but we're that. And number 1 was supposed to be the AFC Championship game last year. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl champ, Chiefs coming to Baltimore. It's going to be Monday night, week 3. I can't wait for that game. I'm pumped. Baltimore is going to be packed. I hope there can be fans in the stands, but if not, we'll be at bars, socially distancing with masks on, with holes in them, drinking, having fun.
Whoa, should we, hold on. We need to think about this. How can we make a mask with a beer bottle entry? Huh?
It's still safe. A straw. You need a straw and a Velcro straw. The mask is built in with the straw.
But that's not innovative, though. I want some different shit. All right, let me give you
That's
mine.
Innovative.
It is kind of. I like this Chiefs at Saints matchup. I think that could be a Super Bowl teaser in my eyes. So that's my number 1. My number 2 is any NFC matchup because all of them are going to be electric. There's so many great players. You got Theo in Atlanta. You got Teddy B and the boys in Carolina. You got this new makeup of Tampa Bay with Tom and Gronk and everybody else and all the offensive weapons they had. And they have a stout defense. So honestly, any NFC matchup, I'm definitely looking forward to all of that. But what was the game you said, the last game you said, the Ravens and Chiefs? That's going to be my number 2. My number 1 is going to be I want to see the 2 old goats go at it. Both games, I think it's week 1 and week 11. That's what I'm going with. My week 3 game is Saints and Chiefs. The Chiefs and Ravens for my second. And my first one, I just can't wait to see Drew and Tom go at it because they really haven't had the opportunity to play that much during the regular season and really that much throughout their career. So possibly, most likely, their last seasons for both of them, they're going to face each other twice. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited about all of that. So
you surprised me though.
What did how?
I thought your number 1 game that Mr. Jermon Bushrod had to attend was most excited to see. Couldn't wait to get out of the house. This could have been your answer to everything.
Yes.
Was
I know
week
what you're going to say.
Week two, when the Saints go to Vegas and open the new stadium.
And
your favorite
pool
team
parties,
in your favorite city.
Pool parties are going to be popping then too. It's still going to be hot. Come on, please, Godell and coronavirus, go away, please, so we can be on that trip. Are you kidding me? That would be
Bush and me show. Week
Bush
2, live from
Vegas. Probably hungover as shit.
We'll hit the Schmo up. Schmo, we're coming out there.
Yeah.
I can't believe you left off your list.
I mean,
I understand though.
Vegas means a lot to me, but I can't. Those matchups mean more.
I know, but it'll be good. It'll be good when things get back to normal too.
For sure, I can't wait for that.
I never thought I'd be so happy to have you sitting 3 feet away from me.
It's just a tough time for us, but you know what, man? You're gonna appreciate our friendship even more when we are able to get together.
I'm starting to. I hope you get a haircut. I hope you get a haircut before then, though.
No, I will not. My shit is matted. It's not looking good right now, but don't judge me. Don't judge me. Until next time, though, are we done here?
We're good. I think we're good to go. Thank you guys for joining us again. Hopefully you liked everything. And we'll be back soon. Same way. Stay inside. Stay
Follow
safe.
along. Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell another friend. And then tell that friend to tell another one of their friends to follow the Bush and Me show. All right, we out.
We got some good stuff coming, so stay tuned. We'll see you.
Yes, we do.